special green screen forecast. Your host, Mao. As yes, I'm back with you after taking a short vacation with the fam, but I do want to bring you an update on those trends getting into July, as I know we were feeling that heat through the last bits of June, and you're hoping for some relief, at least to the early portions of the month. We'll take a look at those temperature trends from our friends at the Climate Prediction Center. So let's get started with that so I don't waste any of your time. And here's those temperature trends. That 6 to 10 day temperature outlook getting you through that second week of July. And you notice those above normal temperatures, no surprise for anyone because of course it is summer, is dominating a good portion of the United States, especially now the western portion of the United States. And when confidence is this high of those above normal temperatures, that is telling me one thing. That's an area of high pressure that's developing, especially for the western portions of the U.S. How far east that moves is still uncertain. That's why you notice confidence starts to drop off the further east you live, except for Florida, which of course is the hot spot. They're just dealing with the heat and of course those inland thunderstorms closer to the coastline. But obviously, the closer this moves to our way will determine whether we have more building heat the second week of the month or more storm chances. So that's something I'll be keeping a close eye on. That 8 to 14 day temperature outlook shows you that consistency. That ridge is out to our west with those above normal temperatures. How far east it moves will determine how hot we do get or how stormy we might be, or if you're just running to the pool to stay cool. Now, normal highs for this time of the year are right around that 90-degree mark. So when I see this, this is extra evidence that we're going to be seeing highs in the 90s during this period, and possibly, again, highs well into the 90s. And I know we just dealt with a heat wave. Hopefully, this is just for the western portion of the United States, because for this past 4th of July, it was the eastern portion of the United States that was dealing with the big heat. As I told you, if you are heading out to the east, you will need those sunglasses as well as that sunscreen. And so that's definitely what happened, but we'll see if this ridge out to the west moves a little bit further out to the east. Confidence is slightly lower, but this is something we'll be monitoring because that will be crucial to knowing whether we're running to the pool or just dealing with those storms. I will tell you right now, it's looking like another building ridge of high pressure might be developing. Now, that doesn't mean we can't get any more relief after that. That 3 to 4 week temperature outlook still brings us those opportunities for some relief from the heat, including our region with those equal chances of possibly near normal temperatures during this time period. But obviously that heat is just waiting for us out to the west. If you're heading out to the west coast, Pacific Ocean, out towards Los Angeles, San Diego, for example, Las Vegas, those areas are going to be dealing with those above normal temperatures. The hot spot is still hanging on to parts of the East Coast, including Florida. Generally, brief cool downs cannot be rolled out for the rest of us. And so that's just something I want to have on your radar. And also those storm probabilities. This is from my last video. When we were dealing with that ridge of high pressure, those storms were riding the outskirts of that ridge. If you're dealing with a heat wave, you're not dealing with storms. And so areas up to the north, still a hotspot over the next few days for a few stronger thunderstorms. You notice nothing much really changes here. It does try to slide a little bit further down to the south, but just know that could also mean the difference from storms or heat. So that's just something I want you to know about. Don't want to make this any more complicated for you. It's something I'll be keeping a very close eye on. And obviously, you can do the same thing as well by having a NOAA weather radio, by heading over to midlandusa.com to keep your family safe during the 2026 severe weather season. You know, our friends at the National Weather Service, they're constantly monitoring weather conditions, as well as myself each and every day. So when things change, they will send it right to your NOAA weather radio. And I know many of you have it. So when I head out on vacation or something like that, just like this past weekend when we are all out on 4th of July and there were a few storms, this will let you know where they are and if there are any warnings close to your location. And also X, Threads, Instagram can be your best friend as well, because I'm always on there helping you stay safe on Fridays with those detailed weekend forecasts and Sundays with those detailed week forecasts and any other day as necessary. So make sure you download Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, to follow me for the latest updates. The link to that will be down in the description. Thank you for all of those that already follow me on there. And for my YouTube friends, if you're not following me on there as well, you can head over to the description to click on it, and there you will find me on there. So coming back on vacation, pretty busy trying to nail down that forecast for you, but just know it's either two things. It's a building batch of heat getting into that second week or third week of July, or it's more storms. Obviously, this is looking like a typical summertime pattern for us, St. Louis, so no surprises, but it'll be something I'll be watching for you pretty closely. But until then, thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. You're the best, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, St. Louis.